my name is Sarah Rae. Welcome back to my channel. Today is part 2 of our PTSD questions. I will link the first video, part 1, in the description box down below so you guys can check that out. If you want to watch that before this video, you can, or after. That is up to you. So let's just jump into it. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of when I upload, and let's get into the questions. I'm going to do the same thing I did in the first video, and that's talk about what PTSD stands for and what it is. So it stands for post-traumatic stress disorder, and according to Mayo Clinic, I'm going to read a little insert on what Mayo Clinic states PTSD is. So it is a disorder in which a person has difficulty recovering after experiencing or witnessing a terrifying event. The condition may last months or years, with triggers that can bring back memories of the trauma accompanied by intense emotions or physical reactions. Now, I do have questions written down, and I will refer to them, so you'll see me looking down periodically. And if you guys have any questions about PTSD or questions for me about my PTSD, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or if you want to talk to me personally, again, my email is always in the description box down below. So, let's begin. Number 1, how long before you realized you developed a trauma? So for reference for you guys, my trauma is sexual assault. Now, I didn't realize that exactly would be a trauma and come to be something I would have PTSD over. It's something I just knew happened to me over a long period of time, unfortunately, and I felt like it was just something I was ashamed of, and I just kept bottled deep inside, and I didn't want to face it, so I just ignored it. And it took a few years to go by until it forced itself to come ahead and made me almost, I guess, face it in a way. I started getting nightmares, and that's when I was having a lot of mental health issues as well, and I had to go see a therapist, and I opened up about it, and that's when I was told I had PTSD from it. So it actually took about 4 years from when my incident happened to when I was told, yeah, you have PTSD, and when my everything started coming ahead. So that's, I think, when I realized I had trauma, is when I started getting nightmares and started finding that I was having issues with certain problems, like certain vehicles and certain places and smells and things like that. So, number 2, can you recall a PTSD related episode that stands out to you? I can, and it was actually quite recently. So my anniversary was this fall, and it just actually ended at the beginning of December. So around the end of September, I was in Walmart, and I was checking out. I happened to turn around, and I saw a guy that looks exactly like the person who did it to me. And I freaked out. I turned around, and I just finished paying, and I started trembling, and I was like trying to control myself, and I left the store and started crying in my car. It was, and I just had memories flooding back. It really was a difficult moment for me, just seeing somebody who just looked like that person. So, number 3, what are your coping mechanisms for PTSD? I talked a little bit about this in the first video, that there are actually a few good coping mechanisms, and me being in therapy, I've been learning a lot. But some of my coping mechanisms are, of course, music is my number one. It is my life, and that is why I do music reactions. Number 2 is poetry. I love writing poetry, so I get to get out my feelings and be creative at the same time. So YouTube is another one. It helps me distract from what's going on in my life. Journaling and prompt journaling is a great way to cope. So you get to like work out what you're feeling. Or prompt journaling, you get to distract as well. Meditating is another one that I do that really helps, and deep breathing, so focusing on your breath when you're starting to feel that. And that's actually what helped me get over with that day that I was just talking about, that I saw that person. That so I sat there in my car and just deep breathed in my car, just focused on my breath and calmed myself down, because I was on the verge of going into a full-blown panic attack, and it was just horrible. So that, and you can do cold water, that's called tip actually, and you just splash cold water on you, and it kind of like brings you back to the present moment. And my necklace is also a big coping mechanism for me. So when I'm starting to feel any sort of way, I grab it, and it just, I deep breathe, and it soothes me. So, number 4, is there something that helps you ease the PTSD after an episode? And this is kind of similar with the question that I just put, but I picked this question because I feel like everybody's different with their PTSD and how they handle it, especially after an episode. So some people, they like to be cuddled, they like affection, and that helps them calm down. But some people, that isn't what is a good thing. Like for me, after an episode, I don't want to be touched. Like, please do not touch me. I would rather you sit there and deep breathe with me, you sit there and talk with me, you like, you know, try and help work through it with me, like get me to calm down. But don't like touch me, because that's just gonna make me make it worse for me. And of course, you know, music, deep breathing, and my necklace are my like big things when it comes to after an episode to calm down. Those are my big 3 to calm down. Number 5, who didn't believe you and how did it affect you? Oh, my brother actually does not believe me. And it's really hard, because that whole thing's a complicated mess, really. But how it affects me is it's really difficult to be around him, especially during the anniversary, and then especially when it comes around places that trigger me, or if I'm in an episode and he's around and I have to, like, he asks what's wrong, and it's like I can't even explain it to him, and all I can say is, you don't want to know, because you're just going to be negative towards it. So it puts a hardship in our relationship, really. Number 6, do your loved ones know your triggers, and do they know how to help? Not, do they know my triggers? They know one of them, but other than that, no. They know not to say the person's name, because that's a trigger for me. But other than that, they really don't know, because it's not a topic that we really talk about, unfortunately. And do they know how to help? Because they don't know the triggers, they don't know how to help, unfortunately. I mean, they do know that music's my biggest outlet, so I guess they know that part. So they know that will help me feel better. So I guess they know that. So they do know one. And last question is, what do you say to people who say it isn't real or you're playing it up for attention? I say that they weren't there when it happened, so they don't understand, and they don't know what it's like to have to go through what I've been through, or people like me have been through. But I don't care what they think or what they say, because all that matters is I know what happened, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Those are the questions for this video. I wanted to share with you guys, I got a Christmas card from my favorite uncle on my mom's side and his amazing wife. So my Uncle Ronnie and my Auntie Cindy, they sent this beautiful card, and I thought I'd read it to you guys because it's quite a heavy video, so I thought I'd bring you guys a little bit of cheer from my aunt and uncle. So it says, wishing you old-fashioned joys and bright new hopes during this wonderful season. Merry Christmas from our house to your house. Love you so much, Ronnie and Cindy. That's so sweet. That means a lot that they would just do that. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. If you guys have any questions about PTSD or what I went through, again, leave it in the comment section down below or email me. Or if you guys have questions that you want me to answer in the video for part 3, let me know. Just clarify in the comment or the email, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. And your guys' look into the week. We got Def Leppard Saturday, and on Sunday we got Scorpions. So now I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying safe and well, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.